Coming up is Premier League Matchweek 25, and with that, another chance to win $50,000. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. That's right, it's back to the Premier League, and over on the NBC Sports Predictor app, if we can correctly predict 5 Premier League games this weekend, we can take home a $50,000 jackpot prize. You've got to give them the correct result and the correct score. If nobody can do it like nobody did it last week, they'll still give away a guaranteed $1,000 prize to get the people that get the most points. 4 points if you can get the result right, another 10 points if you can get that correct score. Last week did okay, got 3 of the 5 games right. Again, nobody got the jackpot. And this week, there's 5 games as always. I've got 5 winners. Nobody's drawing this week according to me. Let's go ahead and see who the 5 winners are going to be. All right, so the first matchup here is Liverpool versus Everton. Look, we've seen, while Liverpool may be struggling, they turn up for big games, right? I mean, they did it here recently here in the Champions League. I know they got a goal gifted to them, but still, they turned up in the Champions League. They were defensive. They were really strong and defensive there against a really good, strong Leipzig team that's been doing good. So I really like Liverpool's, form in big games, even though it may be struggling a little bit coming into this game. Everton, they're in bad form. Look, they lost to City, which is okay, right? Everybody loses to City. No, not going to hold that against them. But then they lost to Fulham. Not only did they lose to Fulham, they didn't even get a goal against Fulham. So that was just really bad. Calvert-Lewin, he's going to come into this game questionable. Everton needs him if they're going to have a chance in this game. Even if Calvert-Lewin still plays, I think Liverpool turns up at home, big game. Merseyside's going to be red after this game. I'm going to go ahead and say Liverpool wins this game 3-1. All right, so the next matchup here is Aston Villa versus Leicester. Look, I think Aston Villa is catching Leicester at like a sweet spot. You got Leicester coming off Europa League Thursday night, having to travel to the Czech Republic. If they put their A lineup out there, if you looked at that lineup, it was about all their A lineup, and they really struggled and played 0-0 draw. So this is just Villa getting them at a really good, sweet spot, despite having a slip up last week against Brighton. Look, Villa in the season, they concede 2 less goals, and they're only scoring 6 less goals on the season. Villa won the reverse fixture 1-0 at Leicester. Again, I just like how Villa's catching Leicester at just a perfect spot at home. Will Villa be in this one? I've got Villa winning this game 2-1. Next matchup we got here is Arsenal versus Manchester City. I mean, it'd be pretty foolish to pick against City at this point. All they're doing is collecting up wins. Now it's probably, do you say, are they going to get another clean sheet, which is what they've been doing recently? I know they were unable to do it this past weekend against Everton in midweek, but otherwise, they're just getting clean sheets at an absurd rate. Arsenal themselves, they're coming off a Thursday Europa League, so that's not going to help them. They played Aubameyang and some other of their stars, a lot of their defensive players. Hector Bellerin was in that lineup, so, they had a tough Thursday night game, traveling to Portugal, playing their A lineup for the most part. The last 3 head-to-head games have all seen City win, and they've won 1-0, 3-0, 3-0. I'm going to keep the clean sheet theme going here, and I'm going to give a Manchester City 3-0 win. Next one we got here is Manchester United versus Newcastle. Look, United played Thursday night in Europa League. They had to travel to Italy for their game. They rested some players, but majority, their big boy lineup was out there. They cruised, though, to a nice 4-0 win, so they were able to pull some of their starters there in that second half. United, though, in the league, they're coming off 2 bad draws. They gave up a 92nd minute goal to Everton to get a draw in that game, and then against West Brom, they just weren't clinical enough on the finishing side. They gave up a sloppy early goal, and then they just never really recovered in terms of being able to get the win. They drew that one 1-1. And Newcastle is Newcastle. They can't score. They've only scored 25 goals in 24 games, which is absolutely pathetic. They've given up 40 goals. We know Steve Bruce is generally tough to break down. You know what you're going to get with his side. They're just going to generally play heavily defensive and try and just get, hit you on the counter and then hopefully scrape out a point. I just don't see United dropping this game. They need a league win. Like I said, they've got 2 draws in a row. They're getting Newcastle, a team that is very, very beatable. I don't think Newcastle is going to be able to get a goal. Look, they've gotten 25 in 24 games. Go ahead and give me the Manchester United 2-0 win. Then the last game they give us here is on Monday night is Brighton versus Crystal Palace. Palace may be higher in standings, but I just think Brighton's a better team. Palace just, if you watch a lot of their games, they're just uninspiring. While Brighton, they're scrappy, they're tough, they're on that defensive end, they're real gritty. So I actually think Brighton's the better team because and it's backed up by some stats, right? They've conceded 12 less goals on the season. Brighton's just really good defensively, and they've only scored 2 less goals than Crystal Palace on the season. So really like Brighton here. Their form going into this game, their last 6, They beat Leeds, they beat Tottenham, they beat Liverpool. And then they got 3 draws against Villa, Burnley, and Fulham. Meanwhile, if you look at Palace's last 6 games, they got 4 losses. They lost to Burnley, Leeds, West Ham, and City. And their 2 wins were against Newcastle and Wolves. So, I mean, Brighton, has got the better form coming into this game, even against some common, head-to-head, common opponents there. The head-to-head between these 2 clubs is pretty even. You've got 2 draws, a Palace win, and 2 Brighton wins in the last 5. So maybe it does lean a little bit there to Brighton. As you guys know, I'm on Brighton on this one. Go ahead and give me the Brighton 2-1 win. All right, guys, that's how I'm going to do it for a chance to win $50,000 on this week's Premier League action. Go ahead and like this video if you're going to follow me on any one of these picks. And as always, good luck with your picks, and I'll see you on the next contest.
Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.